Welcome back to another episode of Across the Bifrost. This is Dr. Norbert here, coming to you live from the internet.
Yeah, the internet.
How's that? Is that better?
I'm Jamie. I'm also on the internet.
Brilliant. Look at us. Bunch of Gen Z kids in old men bodies. Look at that.
Yeah, fair.
Well, look, tonight we're going to be looking at another box review. This will be box number CP158, which includes
Why do we say that? Well, there's such an uncatchy box title.
Oh, yeah, you don't like that one? Okay.
Well, also, I don't think they
Should we
make sense.
jazz it up somehow?
Yeah, because I'm not sure what the numbers mean, because they're not. I don't think they're sequential. So this isn't.
They're not sequential. But my point is if you're living in the Jarvis Protocol ecosystem, like you should, you could just type in CP158 into the search box, and it pops up all the contents of that box.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yes, it's Jarvis's Protocol, man.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Thank you to our sponsors. They're our sponsors now, I've decided. They're official sponsors. Okay, cool. That's good to know. CP158, my favorite box.
Okay, in this box comes Black Panther chosen a Bast. So this would be the third Black Panther 3. And Namor, the Submariner, which people were losing their minds over as well, just because he's very fluffy. And apparently the very first mutant. Or no.
Yeah, well, not the very first. Apocalypse is the first.
Apocalypse is, but he's first of something, which I didn't realize he was a mutant. So that's why I was surprised.
First aquatic mutant. Yeah, he's one of the first something. The first something. Maybe the first discovered, the first one that isn't ancient Egyptian. I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I'm sure all the comic book nerds are losing their minds right now, which is good. That makes... come to our Discord and tell us all about it.
Yeah, tell us about Namor's lore, please.
Okay, we're going to start with Black Panther. Black Panther 3, also known as T'Challa. And T'Challa is an important alter ego because it means that you can't play him on the same table as his other two iterations, Black Panther 2, which is King T'Challa, and Black Panther 1, just Black Panther, because they're all alter ego T'Challa. Okay?
Yes, I'm gonna interrupt you immediately and say that's probably the most disappointing part of this card. Is I think a lot of people thought this was going to be T'Chaka, just T'Challa's dad, because he's also in a box with Namor, and Namor and T'Chaka were, part of the Invaders, which we'll get to, like the old generation, like pre-Avengers, pre-Shield even. And
the boomers. The boomers are
the boomers. So I think everyone expected this to be T'Chaka, which would have been really cool, but it's T'Challa for some reason. Anyway.
And did I hear right that the AMG tried to justify this because of the fact that he had died at around this time or something? Or what was the tie in there? Or was it just coincidental?
I mean, I'm sure in the comics this was T'Challa, right?
No, sorry. I meant the movie character, the actual actor.
Oh, right. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, maybe that's the thing. Okay, fair enough. Seems like a stretch to me. I think you've already got two characters that do him proud in the game. This could have been T'Chaka. But anyway, carry on.
I want to say real quick that actor dying was a real shame. He did a great job in that role.
Yes,
I would have loved to see more.
And every other role. Everything he's in, he's amazing.
Yeah, it's such a shame. And, who else falls into that category is the guy who played the senior Sith Lord in The Acolyte. Northern Irish guy.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Good Lord, was he good. Man, he is just such gravitas without, and he was, the way they wrote the character as being kind of a, so world weary and, just trying to get the job done because he just couldn't take, the nonsense any longer, but doing so in a very regretful, reluctant way. Oh, and he just played that theme so well. Did you find his name yet? Man,
I'm desperately trying to Google it. Why can't I find it?
Maybe
it wasn't the Acolyte. It wasn't the Acolyte. It was Ahsoka. That's why I can't find it.
Ahsoka, yeah, sorry. It's Ahsoka. Yeah. Man, I will miss seeing him play that character more a lot.
Yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah, he's from Northern Ireland. That I know.
Oh, yeah? Ray Stevenson.
Yeah. Thank you, Ray Stevenson.
There we go.
Brilliant.
God, that took me too long to Google. What the hell?
Anyhow, that should get some Discord.
He was also, sorry, quickly, this is a Marvel Crisis Protocol podcast. He was also in Punisher.
What, the Netflix series?
Punisher Warzone. He played Frank Castle, so he's played the Punisher.
Oh, wow. I have to look that up now.
There you go. I'll send you the IMDb. Yeah, Punisher Warzone. Okay. Ray Stevenson is the Punisher. There you go.
Huh. Wow. Okay, cool. All right, so back to Black Panther, chosen a Bast. He is on a 50 millimeter base, which is unique to him compared to his other versions. He is 3 threat only. He's got 5 health on his healthy side. He's got 5 on his backside. He's size 2, moves medium, and his defense stats are all 3s. 3, 3, 3. So what I like about this is he's only a 3 threat. I like that he's a medium mover on a 50 millimeter base, and he's got a superpower that actually plays into that movement ability in a bit. And his defense and health pool is pretty typical for a 3 threat.
Yeah, 5 threat, 3-3-3. That's basically as standard as you can get.
Yeah, so no problems there. So let's go into. I like to bounce around. I know we're supposed to have a plan, but let's go to this.
You're excited. It's okay.
I'm excited. He's got an active superpower called Pounce. It's 2 power. Character is thrown short. It does not suffer damage if it collides with another character or terrain feature, and it can only be used once per turn. And so I wanted to bring this up here because of his movement ability. So you've got a medium move on a 50 millimeter base, so that's the medium size base, which is quite far. And then he could throw himself short for 2 power. So his movement abilities are fantastic, and I'm going to throw in another ability he has, which is a passive ability called Stealth, which just means you have to be within 3 of him to target with attacks. So I feel like those 3 components, the base size, the Pounce, and the Stealth, play a lot into how this character works. What do you think?
Completely, yeah. He's extremely mobile and a little bit of an assassin. A Pounce is great. That's guaranteed 3 damage you're throwing at someone if you're going to hit him. But also, it's a medium-based short move. That's a good amount of movement for 2 power. Not too far off a web swing from a web warrior. So yeah, if this guy is your extract runner, you're going to have a lot of fun because he can move, Pounce away, and he's got stealth. They're going to take ages to go and get him back. So yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So I don't. We'll take a look at his attacks, but on the surface, I feel like he's more of an extract runner with this kit than he is like a brawler with that Pounce. Like, of course, you can do damage with the Pounce, but a lot of times I feel like it's just to get onto a point or just to get further away.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Maybe a little bit of chip damage on your way past someone, or before you leave, you can pounce into them. It's also quite a nice, everyone takes brace in this game. You take brace every game. It's a nice tease, Do you want to brace this? I'm going to pounce at you. You want to brace this? Because, there's going to be someone who's going to throw a size 4 at you later. It's a nice way of dealing damage without spending an action.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's take a look at his attacks now. They're unique, and he's got 2 of them. Both of them are mystic, which is super cool. First one is called Panther Strike. It is range 2, 5 dice, no power cost. It's a builder, so you get power equal to the damage dealt, and it's got a wild bleed attack. So you get the target gets the bleed condition, which of course means that that person will take a damage after their activation is over. I'll just read the other attack. The other attack is called Spirit Predator. It's a spender. It's range 2 again, 7 dice, and costs 4, so pricey. And it has a one trigger called Finisher. It's a wild and a hit trigger. After the attack is resolved, this character can make another Panther Strike attack, and this character can re-roll any number of its attack dice during that attack. So, the first one, this is the thing. He's not a brawler. He's got another X-Men attack at the top, range 2, 5 dice.
That's all I could think. While we were reading this card, my head was just screaming X-Men. Because everything, I hate to say it, unremarkable.
Yeah, unremarkable.
There is something remarkable coming, by the way. But yeah, so far, unremarkable. Mystic is very nice. They're very good to have Mystic attacks. Very useful because it turns off a lot of defensive tech. This guy into Web Warriors he's gonna love it. Yeah. But yeah, that trigger, 4-cost spender, wild hit trigger to then make a builder attack with reroll is nice, but the trigger's gonna be hard to get. Very unpredictable attacks, I think.
Yeah, it's the spender is 4 power, only in quotes 7 dice. Not that great to start with, and the finisher is great attack. Or ability of the attack. Finisher is great, but getting that trigger wild hit, not so easy.
Yeah, for sure. I think to be honest, this feels like a character that if you're attacking, something may have gone wrong.
Yes, exactly.
I think his job is actually to move twice and pounce, to safety, holding an extract. I think that's his job. But sorry, on to something else that could also be his job.
Yeah. So, let's talk about, before we get to that fun part, let's talk what else he has. He's got some passive abilities. He's got Wall Crawler, which is great because if you are doing an extract running, like we said, and get him around, that means he can move over everything in his way. Be careful though, Pounces is a throw, and so throws don't have the wall crawler ability to it, so you have to be careful how when you use the pounce if you're trying to move away through stuff.
Yeah.
And then the other passive, the last one he has, is called Superior Agility. Enemy characters cannot modify attack dice when targeting this character with attacks. Which again, between the stealth and his movement ability, feels like what he wants to do is like, okay, either run away, but if I get caught into something, I can try to tank it, but I'm not here to beat you up.
Yeah, for sure. This actually rings true. It feels familiar to another feline themed character that you're a massive fan of, Norbert. Me and you have had heated arguments about this character, Shadowcat.
Yes, Shadowcat.
Stealth plus a bit of defensive tech, and then a 3/3/3 stat line and 5 health. I think is paper, but you love, right? You think Shadowcat's great.
Yeah, I do, but she's a long mover. Okay, this guy can move with his bigger base and his pounce probably maybe as much as her. But I liked her strictly as a runner. She was definitely a flipper, and has a surprise.
Pay to flipper for pay to flip.
Yeah, pay to flip person. Yeah. And has a surprising attack ability. So if you corner her, kind of like an animal, wild animal, if you corner her, her attack is actually pretty dangerous sometimes because it turns off all crits in the defense roll.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy doesn't really have that part. So
his attacks get dangerous if he gets the trigger, but if he doesn't, he's just going to feel like a cat.
Yeah, it's just a house cat.
Yeah.
Okay, but now let's look at the last ability on his card. It's an active superpower. It's called Insights of the Ancients. It only costs 1 power. When this character rolls dice while interacting with an objective token, it may use this superpower. This character may reroll any number of its dice, including skull results. And this is the first time that we've seen something like this in the game, haven't we?
Very unique. Very, very unique. Very cool, I think. Very useful.
It's super cool. I mean, think about that. This is both secures for like pay to flips. You could try to make the success happen if it didn't. Or if you pick up something like a scroll and you didn't happen to get the crit or wild that you need, you can go ahead and re-roll some more of those dice and try to get it again so you don't get pushed around. There's
Alien ship will explode on a skull, I think. Skull wild, right?
Oh, that's right. When you have too much power, you have to roll those dice.
So he's a little bit protected from that. Yeah.
And it's any dice. So like if you get some that are good and others are bad, you just re-roll the bad ones.
Yeah. Really good. There's going to be so many players listening to this that have done a pay to flip and been like, man, I wish I had him on that last pay to flip game I had, where I just kept rolling skulls and nothing else. One of the most controversial parts of the game are the pay to flips, and this guy just nudges the luck in his favor. And it doesn't take much. Pay to flips aren't attacks. Usually you just need like a hit, crit, or wild, one more usually, to get what you're trying to do. So paying 1 to reroll any amount of dice, including skulls, is really, really strong.
Yeah. So on to his downside, which again is not immediate and apparent on this card, but all this running away and hiding and pouncing and maybe trying to do these objective flips costs power that you're not generating.
Yeah, I actually didn't realize Insight of the Ancients cost 1 before coming to this card. I actually thought it was 3. I thought it was free. I thought you could reroll those dice for free. So you're paying 1 to interact with a point, and then you need another power to reroll.
That's a good point. Yeah, it's actually 2, isn't it?
Yeah, so actually this isn't coming up that often. I've just realized. So that's a bit of a shame.
I wonder, man, if it were free, do you think it would be broken?
I think our excitement about it was, oh, how cool and unique is this? If it was free, I think it'd be cool because it'd be like, oh, that's this character's thing. This character's thing is, the pay to flips being really good for him. But actually it's not. Because if you think about a play pattern for the whole game for him, right? He's going to, round 1, he's going to probably go grab an extract, right? Because he's your runner. He grabs a scroll. He gets a bad roll and gets pushed. He can't save himself because it costs a power. So he hasn't succeeded there. Round 2, he's gained a power in the power phase. Now he's going to double move with his extract to safety, maybe flip a pay to flip, but he's spent his 1 and he can't now use Insight of the Ancients to fix that dice.
Yep,
so
exactly.
It's only really going to happen in like later rounds. If you're attacking with him,
once
I think that's a mistake.
Beaten up.
Once he's gotten beaten up. Don't get me wrong, in some matchups you're going to want this guy to be mystic attacking all over the place, right? Against some web warriors, you're going to want to punch him and you get some damage through, and he's going to have a bunch of power, and you'll be on sword base or something, and you'll have a great time running around flipping points. But yeah, you're right. The power generation, where's it coming from? Because we've already said his attacks aren't great. I think that you and I would take him, because we're X-Men players, we would take him to double move and pounce to safety.
Yeah, I would totally have taken it. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, he is in a number of different affiliations. He's in Avengers, Defenders, Midnight Suns, and Wakanda. So, he is in that, ability to use lots of different leaderships. None of these, though, are, except for Avengers, none of these are leaderships that give out power, like in humans. And
That's
I say
true,
Avengers
yeah.
because Steve, under Steve 1, he could do that superpower for free.
No, it's a minimum of 1.
Is it minimum of 1?
Yeah. Yeah. So he can't. Not even Steve can save him. And Steve saves everyone in this game. Every character is better under Steve, except this guy. Although he can pounce for 1, to be fair. A 1-cost pounce is incredible.
Okay.
Which original Black Panther can do as well under Steve. So that's great.
So I don't know. I mean, I've thought about him in Midnight Suns because, again, I want to play them like X-Men, but he doesn't generate enough power. And, I don't know where to fit him. Some people do like him. I've seen some high, quality Midnight Suns players using him in their roster. So he might be like, not bad, but not, certainly not a must take.
Yeah, I think what he brings to Midnight Suns is interesting because Midnight Suns are a lot of people that want to fight. Even Voodoo, who is, he can steal extracts and stuff. Even he wants to fight mostly, right? And I think that this Black Panther brings an interesting part, which is doesn't really want to fight, wants to run around a lot, which is kind of cool. And I can see like a wide Midnight Suns being a thing. I mean, you're trying it, right? You're trying to make Midnight Suns feel like X-Men. I can see that being a thing. Playing the Crisis a bit more. And Midnight Suns are deceptively good on D maps because of the leadership, the bump they get. They're very mobile. So I don't know. I think he's got a place. 3 threats that score points. I think there's loads more that are better than this, maybe.
Yeah. Defenders, I don't see him helping out with Daredevil.
Not really.
Leadership. Avengers, we mentioned Steve's got that tiny bit of synergy there. Mm-hmm. Sam, I'm not
Sam,
sure.
Sam Avengers, they do like lots of characters. They like to go really wide and score points. Actually, he's probably got a place there.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but not because of the leadership per se. More just because they can run
the
wide.
game plan. Yeah.
And that when he does get knocked out or dazed or knocked out, it triggers leadership. So and it's easy to do that.
It's going to happen to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Wakanda, I couldn't tell you. I have so little experience with Wakanda.
Yeah, so I actually asked a few people. Curtis from the London meta says that he can see this guy being good in a wide and Baku team, which actually I see quite clearly. Yeah, because that trigger on the spender becomes way more achievable under that. And if you're, suddenly you're increasing your chance of getting that spender trigger. It's actually a pretty good attack. And M'Baku's team, they are mobile attrition. They're who knocked me out of the TTS cuts with extremely mobile attrition. But the main player in that was King T'Challa, who you can't take this guy if you're taking King T'Challa. Yeah. So it's the same problem, that you see with Gwenom, is that they're competing against their alias counterpart, and most of the time they're just not as good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they could do Spirit of Wakanda, so that's a way to get him extra power.
That's a good point. Yeah. Spirit of Wakanda means he can double move pounce. Pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It looks like he has 3 tactics cards attached to him. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. Not him. Get out of here, you. Oh, no. Sorry. Hold on. Okay.
No, but it's lost in tabs. There we go.
Lost in tabs. Okay, the first one is called Bast's Blessing. This is a Wakanda card. Okay, we just finished talking about them. It's an active card, but also costs an action, and you have to spend 3 to play this card. So this, and with that, doing all that, you get an attack. You make the attack shown above. So this is not an attack that you keep all the time. This is like a free attack essentially, but it isn't free because it costs an action and 3 power. Okay. So it's kind of weird. It feels like basically as if this was a spender, a 3 power spender on his card. It's just you can only use it once per game.
Yeah, there's a few cards like this. Yeah, Magneto's got one as well. Essentially, yeah, the rules, you have to jump through a few rule like hurdles for this, but basically this is an attack you can play. You can do once. You spend 3 for the card. You make this attack, and then the card goes away. Yeah.
Okay, and the attack is called Power of the Mother God. It is Mystic. It is range 3, 6 dice. So, okay, so far. Before damage is dealt, place this character within 1 of the target character. Okay. Now, if you get a double wild, you get something called Hunter's Joy. Choose an enemy character within 2 of the target character that has not been targeted by Power of the Mother God this turn. This character makes a Power of the Mother God attack targeting the chosen character. Okay, so you basically get a second attack on somebody else if you're lucky enough to roll 2 wilds. I mean, the movement of the card is interesting, right? You place you outside. You're within 3 of a target, and then you could place maybe on the other side of it, depending on how big that guy's base is. That could put you quite a far away. And we did say he's an extract runner, so this might be a way to get to that to happen. But again, it means that he's paying. No, it's T'Challa it's T'Challa's card, not Black Panther chosen a Bast. So
they're all it counts for all of them. Yeah. So that, I think we've already mentioned that Chosen of Bast has power issues. I think that this is going to be hard for him to pay for. Yeah. King T'Challa, however, does not. King T'Challa gets power when his allies are hurt. And he also has Bound, which, no, doesn't work on this card. Never mind. But yeah, King T'Challa can afford to pay for this card a little bit easier, I think. But it gives him place. It's a mobility thing. I mean, are you going to pay 3 power to do a 6 dice mystic that gives you a place? The double wild trigger is super unlikely. Do we care? I don't think it's even worth thinking about. This is a real expensive card.
Yep.
And I'm not sure what it brings, really. And, if you're talking about...
I don't know, same problem. Like Black Panther 1.
Yeah. The one thing all the Black Panthers don't have a problem with is mobility. They're all very mobile. And I don't think you need to bring a tactics card and 3 power to get another bit of mobility, and 6 dice mystics just fine. Like, who cares? It's not that big a deal. Like, Chosen of Bast is throwing out 5 and 7 dice attacks anyway. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure what this card's trying to do, to be honest.
Yeah, me neither. Okay, next one is Strength and Cunning. It's also a Wakanda card. This time it's reactive. When an enemy character picks up an objective token, Black Panther Chosen of Bast and M'Baku, so it's a team up card, may each spend 3 power to play this card. Whoa! All right, let's see what you get for 6 power. M'Baku throws himself short towards the enemy character that picked up the token. Okay. If M'Baku collides with the enemy character, he does not suffer damage from the collision. Then, if the enemy character suffers damage, so fails the dodge roll, essentially, Black Panther Chosen of Bast may advance his speed towards M'Baku. Oof. All right, 6 power in the first place. Then it has to be somebody who's picked up a token near M'Baku. Because he says he throws himself short. That character has to not fail some dodge dice rolls, and then Black Panther Chosen of Bast can advance his speed medium towards M'Baku, so presumably closer to the target that picked up the token.
Yeah, I can see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to make M'Baku and Black Panther fighting together is really cool. Them pouncing around and jumping over each other is really, really cool. They're trying to make loads of movement happen, which is cool. But I think the most amount of movement here is just the movement the player has to do to jump through all these hoops. There's so many hoops to jump through. My God. So the character has to pick up an objective token. Fair enough. It's rangeless, which is quite nice, by the way. Any range, just anywhere on the board. And M'Baku then throws himself. And let's just say...
At that point, though, let's say it's far, far away. Like, he doesn't actually touch him. Because you said it's there's no size, there's no distance to this. Where the token, so that would be the end of the card, and M'Baku gets to make a short
end.
Throw.
And M'Baku throws himself, which is cool. Maybe he throws himself back to a point he's been displaced from, right?
Sure,
and that's it. And that's it. And
you
paid 6 power. 6 power. Okay, so let's say that doesn't happen. He does throw himself. Then they block it, and then the card's over. The card, it's 6 power, and you've done nothing. And then if you deal damage, Black Panther moves towards M'Baku. And toward M'Baku as well. Like, it's crazy. We have cards like Avengers Assemble in this game. Avengers Assemble, where you pay 1 and you move anywhere you want. What the hell is this card doing?
I don't know.
I don't understand. The rangeless, when an enemy character picks up an objective token rangeless, that's pretty cool. I like that a lot.
Sure.
But this is crazy.
Strength and Cunning. Okay, we're moving right along. I'm not that
sorry.
Not that
sorry,
strong.
Strength and Cunning.
Okay, the last one is called Wisdom of the Ancestors. It's unaffiliated this time. It's an active card. T'Challa, so that means any of the 3 Black Panthers, or Shuri can spend 3 to play this card. This round, when the character that played this card rolls attack, defense, or dodge dice, it counts skull results in its rolls as successes. So, okay, that's in one round. That's and it's skulls, which is not nothing, but it is only 1 die face. Okay.
True.
And it costs 3 power.
Yeah, it's a lot. Now, I would be down on this card if it wasn't for Ollie. Captain of London B team would try to convince me this card was good, and I was like, this card sucks, and why would you pay that much just to count, like you say, 1 extra die face? And actually in Wakanda, someone like King T'Challa, on a turn where you're using Wakanda Forever as well, that's 3 attacks, right, where you're counting skulls, and if they're hitting you back, you're counting skulls as well. Your dodge dice are counting skulls. It actually kind of adds up sometimes.
Sure.
Situational.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But is it worth 3 power and for those particular characters?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really works on King T'Challa the most because he's doing big attacks with big dice pools where you're probably...
And he's got loads of power, typically.
Loads of power. He's got loads of power because he gets powered up by his friends getting hurt. His builder is amazing, so he's always got loads of power. So I think it works for King T'Challa. I don't think Shuri ever plays this card, by the way.
Because she doesn't attack... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, when I first saw it, I thought that Shuri could pay for it and T'Challa could benefit. That would be great. That would be a really good thing because Shuri's always drenched in power. She has so much power, and she can spend it really, really happily. So I think that would have been great. But it's when the character that played the card, so it has to be T'Challa if he wants to benefit from it. So yeah, I don't think Shuri uses this.
Yeah. 3 duds, I'm afraid, on this box.
I mean, Wizard of the Ancestors got something to it. Ollie made it work very well at WTC as well. So I think there's something
of the 3, this one would work.
Yeah. Because King T'Challa does massive attacks, and on the Wakanda Forever turn, he gets an extra attack. So I think it's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry we're so down on Chosen of Bast. We were obviously missing something because a lot of people love that guy.
I think the sculpt is so cool. I really painted up well too. There's 3 different versions of black or gray black that I used on it, and they all work together nicely for some reason. But I just love the gorilla head on the floor, the statue and the floor, and then the panther and him jumping over it is just so fun.
Yeah, more bases like that, please, AMG. The base is beautiful.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of jungle foliage on the bottom of it instead of just concrete. It's so nice.
Yeah, really cool. Archie Cable paints his Wakanda amazingly as well. He's actually on the Instagram Smeagol's Corner. I think he should have his Wakanda stuff on there, but he puts little kind of savannah leaves on the base, and they look awesome. They look like they've just come straight from Wakanda to wherever they're fighting. Usually on the streets of New York, knowing MCP terrain. But yeah, it's really cool. So you can do really cool stuff with their bases.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the second character in this box. This is Namor the Submariner. His name is Namor Mackenzie.
Namor Mackenzie?
Mackenzie.
I guess because he's part human, right? So he's inherited his human name, I guess.
I guess that's... Okay.
Or is that Aquaman? Oh, it might be the same story.
Yeah, probably. He is on a 50mm base, so another medium-sized base. He is 5 threat, though. He has 7 health on his healthy side. He has 7 on his injured side. He is size 2 and moves long. So a medium-sized base moving long. Very important for safe grabs. Just like Amazing Spider-Man and Old School Angela.
By safe grab, we mean if there's an extract on the midline, this character can, from deployment, move once, grab it, and then move back again. So they get it without being in any danger. Right.
And his defense values are great. They are 4 physical, 4 energy, and 3 mystic. So expensive character, 5 threat, but stat lines are looking really good, don't they?
Yeah, pretty good. 7 health. This guy falls over a lot deceptively, but you have to put some serious resource into doing it.
Let's talk about that because I'm going to move right on to his one of his superpowers, which is a passive one called Charismatic Leader. This character and allied characters within 2 of it may reroll 1 die in their attack and defense rolls. So this is just like the Baron Zemo ability, but it's named differently, so it actually stacks with the Baron Zemo ability. But nonetheless, my point is, it can reroll defense dice. So, but people still think he's rather squishy for 5 threat. So why do you think that is with a 4/4/3 defense dice and a reroll?
Yeah, it's a good point. I think maybe because damage reduction is so strong. You know, you got like a 5 threat like Juggernaut who can pay 1 to reduce to 0. You got Bill who can do Beta Ray Bill who can do the same thing. Kingpin. There's a lot of that going around, and you got like your rhinos and your lizards who reduce. So I think that might be seen as like the kind of premium way to reduce damage. And Namor can just take a beating. I guess we'll get into his kind of play pattern, but he does sometimes find himself surrounded. He's kind of jumped in, done his thing, and then he's kind of left there, getting beaten up on. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, he does die easily. Easier than you think. Not easily. He dies easier than you think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because you think he'd be forever going around and doing fine, but with those stats, but apparently not.
I also think there's actually probably an aspect of how people play him as well. I think we're used to having 5 threats that we can throw in the mix and expect them to do work. Actually, I think Namor is another extract runner. I think he should be avoiding fights where possible and just picking on little guys,
Okay, cool. Let's look at his abilities then to see what else he can do. So he's got 2 attacks. The first one is a physical one called Trident. It's range 2, 6 dice, 0 power. It's a builder, so he gets power for the damage dealt. And before damage is dealt, this character may advance towards the target character short. So a lot of mobility. And I'm going to mention a superpower straight away. It's an active one, which costs an action called Imperious Rex. Costs you 3 power. And it's a charge, essentially. You make a move action followed by a trident attack. And if the action deals at least 1 damage, the target character gains the stagger condition, can only be used once per turn. So what you're talking about here for 3 power is that you get to charge long, and then, if you did damage, you're going to do a stagger. But also if you do damage, the trident attack says you can move towards the target character short. So the movement is unreal.
Yeah. Yeah, this attack is deceptively great. Move towards is really good on a medium base. Like you're going to be going real far. For context as well, on a D map, which is one of the more spread out secures, if he stood on one D secure, he can move and attack someone on a different D secure, and then that short move will get him onto the point. So you can get from one to the other in one action, which is a big deal. I don't think anyone else can do that.
Yeah, it's amazing. So that's what he's all about on surface value with his builder. Then he's got a spender called Armies of the Deep, which is so fun. AMG is really on their top of their game these days. It's so good.
Yeah.
This is range 2, 7 dice, costs you 3. Each time this attack is chosen, the character may use one of the following effects, and there's 3 of them. So 3 things can happen, and they all have fluffy names, which is so good. Swarm of Crabs. Before damage is dealt, the target character drops all acid tokens it is holding. Okay. Octopus's Grasp. Before damage is dealt, other characters within 2 of the target character suffer 1 damage and are pushed away from the target character short. And last one is Wave of Turtles. After the attack is resolved, this character may immediately interact with any number of objective tokens without spending power. If it does, after all effects are resolved, this character may advance short. So what can happen here? Well, first of all, you can do damage. Okay, but
that is absolutely not the reason you do this attack, though. The damage is completely secondary.
Absolutely. Instead, you can either get some big baddie that you can't daze to drop the asset token he's holding. Now, it's assets. Does that mean not civilians? Is that correct?
Yes, very, very important, because this is definitely getting misplayed everywhere. So you need to check your extract card to see which ones are assets. Civilians are like senators and I think not paranoia. There are a few, basically. This won't work on every single one. So make sure you check that, because if your opponent knows and you charge in with this, and they'll be like, no, you can't drop it. And then you've wasted your attack. So yeah, make sure you check that.
Okay, cool. And it's when you choose the attack, you have to declare these things ahead of time.
Yes. So there was a rules forum thing for that. You have to declare this when you choose the attack. So It says each time this attack is chosen, you choose one of the effects. So you can't decide afterwards, which is a shame, because The Wave of Turtles one, where you can interact for free, you could wait to see if you daze the character, and then you get to interact for free. But no, you can't. You have to kind of predict at the start. So you have to, at the start of it.
So either causing the target to drop the acid tokens they're holding, or other enemy characters within 2 of the target suffer damage and are pushed away from the target character, so you can kind of move people around a little bit. And then, like you said, the last one is that you can basically pick up any number of objective tokens that are within 1 of you. Now, this is objective tokens, so it could be any kind, including civilians, for instance.
Yeah.
Or it could be a secure that like lets you heal or gain,
pay to flip, get a free attempt at a pay to flip.
Yeah. And then for whatever reason, if you do one of those things, you also get to move short again.
Yeah. What's cute about Wave of Turtles as well is you can use this on Spider Portals, which is the pay to flip, where if you roll a skull, you get placed.
Oh, yeah.
So you can interact for free, try to flip it. If you roll the skull, you get placed. The short advance happens after that. So you can move back to where you were, which if you know Namor in the comics, he's very arrogant. That's his whole thing. Is he just thinks he's better than everyone else. And he just hates, he's a absolute prick, to be honest. And I just love all these little things he has because it's very Namor to be like, I'm not placed. I'm going to go back to where I was standing. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
That is funny. Okay, cool. And then he's got a passive superpower that we didn't talk about yet called Atlantean Might. And it means during the power phase, he gains an additional power. Okay, so like an Asgardian, so to speak. And damage caused by this is key. Damage caused by this character's attacks and effects cannot be reduced or prevented by superpowers or team tactic cards.
That broke the internet when that came out. That was the big thing that everyone saw because Beta Ray Bill was the big monster of the meta. And Xavier's Dream was doing its rounds. Our heyday, Dr. Norbert of Xavier's Dream and Exceptional Healing were both out. And it was like, yes, you can do both. And this guy just turns all those off. And Thanos can't reduce this. Yeah, all of the big scary things in the game, this guy just ignores.
Yeah. And people forget about it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's weird stuff too, right? Like damage reduction doesn't work either.
Yeah, right? Damage reduction. And also the weirdest one is survival.
Oh, yeah.
So survival. If you play survival, a character, you play in the power phase and a character can't take damage.
Right.
For the first activation of the round, and it's supposed to stop you from being like KO'd by like a Thanos Cabal thing. And Namor just ignores it. So that'll catch you out because Namor can just attack you. You can still be attacked. You just can't take damage, but Namor ignores the effect.
What is that, a forum ruling to clarify that? Because it doesn't make sense to me.
That Gil had to say that at the start of WTC.
Yeah.
He had to make an announcement.
Oh, man, that's crazy. All right, so that's tricky and really cool. Then he's got flight, okay, with his little wings on his ankles. And lastly, we have to talk about the fact that he's a gem bearer. So he can put on himself the time gem. That makes his threat go up to 6. So he's even more expensive. And the time gem is if you pay 2 power when this character is attacking, before they calculate success or failure step at the end of the modified dice step of the attacker may use the superpower. The attacking and defending characters reroll all of their attack and defense dice, including skull results. So this is kind of like a recal, except that you get to roll skulls as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it costs 2 power to use it.
Yeah.
I think that unfortunately the consensus here is that this isn't worth Namor being an extra threat. The effect on the time gem is cool, but not that useful. I mean, Namor does have a lot of power that he struggles to spend because he doesn't have many ways to spend power. So he will have power for this. But it's just, do you want to bring him as a 6th threat? It's quite expensive.
And the other thing is, though, any gem, part of the rules of gems is that you get an extra power on the power phase, right?
Yeah, and that is a big deal because he can charge.
Because it means his charge is online straight away.
Yeah, and with that medium base and long move, you can deploy him in the middle, and he can move once, and then, well, basically, he can move twice to any secure in the game from deployment. With a charge, with the 3 power, he can then move and charge any secure in the game, which is pretty cool. So you'll be getting a free attack in. Not a free attack, you spend an extra threat for it. But so that's not nothing.
No, and also it would put mid-game, it would put his spender online straight away if you don't have power for whatever reason.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
He tends to have tons of power, doesn't he?
he gets a lot of power because his builder's good. He's doing 6 dice builders with a reroll, so it's basically a 7 dice builder, and you can't reduce damage, so he's going to get a ton of power.
Yeah.
Just generating it easily because his attacks
So I feel like
good.
that time gem is probably only good to get is most useful in getting the charge going round 1, but then after that, that's a lot of threat to pay for a round 1 activity.
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many tools in the game like Wong or Steve One Avengers or Professor Xavier or, all the different ways you can give an extra power to your characters round 1 that you don't need to spend a threat. Just chuck him power and he's off,
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit much. Don't think it's needed. I don't think he becomes a 6 threat with it. He's already a fantastic 5 threat. I don't think he becomes a good 6 threat with the gem.
Okay. I'm going to skip over the affiliations he's part of for just a moment and get to the one. He's got 2 tactics cards, but one is kind of connected to the affiliation. So let's talk about the other one, which is just for him. And it's great. It's called Prince's Protection, unaffiliated, it's reactive. So when an enemy character within 3 of Namor targets an allied character with an attack, Namor can spend 2 to play this card, place Namor within 1 of the attacking character, and Namor then becomes the target of the attack regardless of range and line of sight. After the attack is resolved, if he is not dazed or KO'd, he may push all enemy characters within 2 away short. So this is essentially, it's kind of like Heroes for Hire, except he pays for it, not the original target of the attack. And once he gets into place, after he takes the hit, the ability is he doesn't throw people like Heroes for Hire, but he pushes enemy characters away. Now that'll mean
all enemies.
Yeah. So it could be just random ones standing around minding their business. So fun, and I see people staple this onto him.
Yeah, I think this comes 9 times out of 10 with Namor because, Also, I love the thematics of this. By the way, you remember I was saying he's arrogant in the comics.
Yeah, okay.
This is very because he has to be within 3 of the enemy character, not the ally. So he's not stepping in to save someone like Heroes of Fire. He's like, why are you not fighting me?
Yeah,
I'm the guy you should be fighting, which I think is really cool. So yeah, he steps in. He's like, no, you fight me, and he pushes all their friends away. It's great. It's very Namor, and the artwork is brilliant for it. I think it's exactly what.
What
it
is that?
Be.
Is there little planes that he's crashing?
Yeah,
around?
I think it's him and Human Torch fighting some planes, some World War II planes. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This card's great. I think it's the only downside to this is that, like we said, Namor dies quite easily, and you don't really want him to be taking attacks. And there is a chance that he will daze, and then not get the effect off at the end. But I think most of the time you're fine with it. And this is like a sacrifice, one of the best cards in the game. This is like another one of those. So yeah, pretty much stable to the character.
Yeah, people love it. Okay, cool. Let us now go to his other card. I'll talk about that card in conjunction with the affiliation. So he belongs to 2 affiliations, Defenders and Shield. So let's start with Defenders. So Defenders would be Daredevil, essentially, right? He's the only real leader.
Well, there's a Doctor Strange in there. Come on.
There is.
He exists.
He exists. He does exist.
Yeah, the Doctor Strange leadership is kind of not loved by many people. So let's skip over that one. But Daredevil loves people getting in the thick of things and attacking people, which Namor does.
Yeah, but again, puts him in harm's way, which is a problem for him. But I think you're banking on between his own incredible output, bolstered by Daredevil's leadership, enhancing his output, that hopefully whatever he's facing will be deleted and not be a problem about hurting him back.
Yeah, so the Daredevil leadership, you get not Shadowlands. This is the regular Daredevil leadership. You get a reroll per enemy character around you when you're attacking. So Namor, what he does anyway is charges in to big things. He's got these Imperious Rex. He wants to charge in, hit someone hard, do a damage to get the stagger off, and then maybe run away. Probably run away. So you can pick the sweet spot. You can charge him in, and because he's a medium-based long move, you can basically get him exactly where you want him. If you've ever played Amazing Spider-Man under Daredevil, he does the same thing. He web swings to exactly where he wants to be to get the most amount of rerolls. He hits someone, then he runs away. So Namor's doing that, but he's got his own reroll built in with Charismatic Leader, and then add the rerolls for the enemies. You're probably pushing the damage through, so you've given them stagger, and then you're probably running away.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, he definitely is in the fighty kind of a situation with Defenders, but I see him splashed quite a bit, and I feel like it's because of his safe grab capability, ability to get around on the board in different areas and do some damage. So But I guess what I'm trying to say is with other affiliations, it's his ability to safe grab that people like.
That's a big part of it. Yeah, I think you've got Amazing Spider-Man, Angela, and Namor, who are medium-based long movers, the only ones in the game, so they can move to a midline, grab the extract, and run off safely. The reason you see Namor more than them, I think, is because of the economy he has. So he spends 1 to grab the extract, and then he moves back. So he ends round 1 with 1 power, and then each round he gets 2 power. So he now has 3 power in round 2, which means his charge is online.
Yeah.
So he can now move and charge someone round 2, which is a great 2-round little combo. And Amazing Spider-Man and Angela don't quite have that.
No.
So
They do not.
yeah.
And
so
it costs the same, right? They're all 5 threats.
They're all 5 threats, yeah. So they're completely comparable. I think I see Amazing Spider-Man as more of the like bunker defensive pick. I like to take him in X-Men still because I like the rest of my X-Men surviving a bit more. Angela's great. If you play in a meta that's got loads of terrain, take Angela because she can throw size 4s. She can just sweep the board up and throw all the size 4s everywhere. But Namor he's just good. You know, this guy's just good at a lot of stuff. And he answers a lot of problems in the meta right now with giving out staggers and ignoring damage reduction. So yeah, he's just very, very, very good.
Yeah. Okay, so that's defenders and splashing. Now let's go into shield. So he's part of shield, and the reason why this is important is the last tactics card I've been kind of alluding to, which is called the Invaders. It's a shield card. It's reactive. After the deployment, an allied Namor Submariner character or Steve Rogers Captain America, so that's Steve Rogers 2, they may play this card. The character that played the card gains the following leadership ability, called the Invaders. It's a shield affiliation, obviously. Allied characters may reroll 1 defense die. Additionally, they can modify and reroll skull results when they are within 2 of another allied character. So kind of like Miles's leadership ability, except his is triggered off of being near a crisis point or holding an extract. This one is if you're within 2 of a buddy. Yeah.
So Miles Morales' leadership, by the way, considered one of the best in the game.
Yep.
This is a very, very strong leadership.
Yeah.
It's currently doing really well. Maybe you should get the numbers up on long chase. It's currently doing really well, I think, with the win rate. Being able to reroll skulls is fantastic. It's on defense die again, which is like Miles. People are getting a lot of use out of this with, you mentioned earlier in the episode, Charismatic Leader on Namor gives everyone around him a reroll, and Baron Zemo with Strategic Genius gives a reroll, and they both stack. So you run those 2 around. Suddenly, when you're getting attacked, you're rerolling 3 dice, including skulls. And then the rerolls on attacks, it's just, so they can reroll the skulls on those. It unlocks already very strong characters. It makes them stronger.
Right. Okay, so I've pulled up the stats on MC on Longshanks, and here we go. So in S.H.I.E.L.D., you have actually 4 leaders. Namor, Steve Rogers, who uses Invaders leadership. Then you have Invincible Iron Man, so that's the Iron Man in the new core box. And you have Nick Fury, which is the junior, so the classic S.H.I.E.L.D. leader. Steve Rogers as a leader has so few games played, it's not worth talking about. Namor has the second highest, just behind Nick Fury, in terms of games played, and that's a lot, 681. So a lot of games, and enough to make these stats useful. And
which says a lot, by the way, because Namor just came out a few months ago. Nick Fury's
true.
Been out for years.
Yeah. His win rate is 58%. And whereas Nick Fury's, who has had a few more games played at 766, has only a win rate of 49%. So big difference between the leaders, and 58% is over the 5% plus or minus over 50 that you're looking for typically. So he's overperforming, essentially, Namor.
Yeah, there you go. So I think Namor's kit is amazing, as we've gone over. It answers a lot of questions, solves a lot of problems, and then the Invaders leadership does the same. Dice luck is a thing, and the Invaders leadership just help you tweak that luck in your favor. And I know that, Ollie, again, we mentioned him earlier. He's been doing really well with this, and it's just rerolls on rerolls on rerolls. He just, he put Spectacular Spider-Man in here as well. It just unlocks all these characters that have innate rerolls are suddenly unlocked when they can reroll skulls. There's nothing stopping them. So you're doing ridiculous stuff. You're attacking them when they're rerolling 3-4 defense dice every time. It just makes them way more consistent.
Yeah. I think that I would be very tempted to play Namor in Shield for this reason, because it plays Shield quite differently. It's a whole different type of Shield, isn't it? So if you have all the Shield characters and you're used to playing Nick and you're getting a little tired of that playstyle, just pop this guy in, and suddenly you're playing a different type of Shield with the same characters.
Yeah, and a whole new flavor of how to play them. Yeah.
I would, I'm kind of loath to go into that too much because of time concerns. So maybe we should move on, acknowledging that, and move on into Sleeve It and Heave It.
Sleeve it or heave it, take it or leave it. Sleeve it or heave it, can't you believe it?
All right, sleeve it or heave it, take it or leave it. The card this week is Reposition.
Reposition? That's
Reposition. Yeah, it's a card.
Whoa, look at this. Okay, let me pull it up.
This is becoming a very Ollie-themed episode, which I'm very happy about. Ollie lent me Nick Fury, and I love Nick Fury. And everybody knows about the card Eye in the Sky, which is a really annoying card, which is a bit of a gotcha. Basically, long story short, you attack someone, they can move out of range, and then Nick Fury, if you're in shield, you get the card back. Reposition is the card no one talks about. It's unaffiliated. Oh, sorry, you want to read the card out? I'm getting excited.
No, this is your card.
All right, cool. Okay. Reposition is unaffiliated. Okay. Right. It's an active card. Nick Fury may spend 2 power to play this card. If an allied shield agent's character is on the battlefield, place an allied Nick Fury within 1 of the allied shield agent's character.
Who are shield agents? Are those
shield
the grunts?
Agents? Yes, shield agents are Nick Fury's grunts.
Okay.
That he brings with him. So Nick Fury's grunts they're expert at grabbing extracts, basically. So I've been playing this in X-Force primarily, and there's a beautiful play you can do with X-Force. So X-Force have this card called Cat and Mouse, which basically means you can deploy Cable a bit closer to a midline point, so that if the opponent comes and grabs that midline point, Cable is just going to kill them, because Cable is very good at killing stuff, and he's closer. In X-Force, I play 3 across, so I play like... Deadly Legacy Virus is an extract where there's 3 points across the midline. So if I have priority, I can send Nick Fury and the shield agents to go and grab 2 of those extracts.
Yep.
And because I have priority, that means I can choose which ones they're going to grab. And it means that I can put Cat and Mouse Cable opposite the 3rd extract that your opponent is forced to take, and Cable is going to shoot that. So that's why I'm playing Nick Fury. But then, the grunts, they can die. They might just die. They're very easy to kill. They're grunts. They've got 2 health. But the thing with the grunts is you can place the extract behind, like wherever you want, basically. Yeah. So your opponent can't get it easily, at least not in round 1. You can place it behind you. So it's quite safe. So that's one safe grab. Cable's making the 3rd extract quite safe. And then Nick Fury is then prone to getting beaten up, right? Because he's on the midline. But if they beat him up, give him some power, and he has 2 power left, he can play Reposition. Not on his turn as well, by the way.
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah. So let me double check that before I say that wrong.
No,
that's right. So Nick Fury's gone and grabbed the thing. Someone's come and punched him. He's now got 2 power. You activate a different character. Nick Fury can then pay 2 and go to the other side.
It's active card, right?
Yeah, active. It's got to be your turn. Has to be your turn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be you. You activating that character.
No, it doesn't have to be Nick Fury's turn. It would say during Nick Fury's activation, so it doesn't say that.
Okay,
so that's the thing as well, which is funny about this card. I think the strength of this card is actually the words it doesn't say. So it doesn't say during his activation, so it could be anyone else's activation. So you can do it. He survived an attack. He can then teleport basically to the other side of the map next to the grunts. So you've now got control of where the extracts are to the other side of the board. Also on this card, it doesn't say if he's not holding an extract. So he can do it with an extract.
Ooh, yes. I'm just thinking, like, if they attack his grunts, which are on the other side of the board, and make them drop the extract, it's unlikely that the opponent will be able to pick up that extract because they can place it where they want, and then he can bounce himself to it and then pick it up potentially later.
So he can't, because the grunts will be killed, right? They're
told. So, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
So, but good point, because then what happens when the grunts take damage? Nick Fury gains a power. So they're now gone. They're off the board. You've lost your extract, but you've got it safely probably because the grunts have thrown it back towards your team, not towards the enemy. So then in round 2, he hits power phase. So now Nick's got, if Nick has been ignored, he's now got 2 power. He can do 2 of his gainers So gainer. So now he's got 4 power. He can pay 2 to call in the shield agents, range 3, which is quite far, behind him to safety. And then he can pay 2 to reposition in round 2.
Yeah.
So he's teleporting back. Basically, this gives Nick Fury a safe grab.
Yeah.
And no one seems to be playing this card. I think it's amazing.
But I think you're saying it's because it's more amazing in a splash situation, not within shield.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I think most people, when they bring Nick, they think, Eye in the Sky. That's his big card.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. It is a very good card. And you probably don't want to take 2 tactics cards for Nick. He is quite squishy. He can die and you might be wasting spots. But for me, if I'm bringing Nick as a splash, I'm not bringing him as a leader. I want him to grab those extracts early, and then I want reposition to just do a complete, rangeless place. You can go anywhere. And there's only 2 power.
Yeah.
It's great. So...
Yeah, I agree with you. I think as a splash, I think it happens. Now, does he get splashed very often? I don't see it there terribly much, but I have seen it.
Yeah, I think he should get splashed more than he is. I think those 3 extracts along the midline is where he shines the most, because him and the grunts can go grab 2, and then you force your opponent to take the 3rd. And the reason why I love it in X-Force is because then you've got Cable guarding that 3rd, so you completely dictate where the extracts are around 1, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. I think Nick Fury should be splashed more often, and reposition is unaffiliated, so he can take this card with him.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. And it's so flexible that I'd have to think a lot about it in every kind of splashable situation to see if it makes sense to use him as well. What is he, a 4th threat?
4th threat, yeah.
With grunts though, that's
with
amazing.
Grunts, yeah, comes with grunts, and the grunts are fantastic. And if they're near him as well, if the grunts they're doing 4 dice attacks and they reroll 1, so it's a 5 dice attack kind of.
Yeah.
And you're doing 2 of those, and we all know, we're both Storm players, we all know what a 4 dice attack can do.
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's always the grunts that show off in front of their parent, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Always seeking approval.
Yeah, and Nick's got, on Nick's spender, he attacks, and then the grunts follow up with another attack. They do a lot of work.
Yeah.
And if they do the thing the grunts tend to do, which is just die, you're at least throwing the extract back towards your team, right?
So it's all good. I mean, behind Red Skull's 2's grunts, which work off as secures, these are the next best, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And these require a bit more brain power to use because of all those interactions that you just mentioned.
Yeah, and I think reposition I think is cool because the grunts, basically you want them to go grab an extract round 1. If they survive, they're going to run to the hell, run the hell away from everyone. They're going to go to the side of the board and just avoid, because they can't score secures, so they're just going to leave. And I think that's great, because if Nick then has his extract and it's time to run away with points, you're getting close to the 16, he just repositions to the corner of the board with them. So I think it's kind of cool.
Fantastic.
Don't do it too early, because then you've got a 4 threat in the corner doing nothing.
Yeah, that's it. That's amazing. Great find. Love it. That's a great one. Oh man. Okay, cool. I think that brings us to the end of the show. That was great.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Jamie, tell people where they can interact with us and also give us their money.
You can find us on Discord. That's free, and you can talk to us. You can find us on Blue Sky, which is a new social media thing that Norbert's championing for some reason.
Yes.
We're on Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. It's fantastic. So look us up on Blue Sky if you want to interact that way. And I also just recommend you use that platform now. It's like Twitter before Twitter went down a cesspool.
Yeah. Do you have shares in Blue Sky? Is that what this is?
I do not, as a matter of fact.
Okay. Well, fair enough. You just
there's
seem
a third
to be a
place.
big fan of it.
Don't forget the third place.
Yes, third place is a Patreon. If you would like to support what we're doing.
That's the 4th place. The third
oh, wait, what?
place.
What's the 3rd place?
It's a Facebook page.
Oh, Facebook. I forgot about that. Sorry. I'm under 40, so I don't use Facebook often.
I was waiting for it. To
be fair, the only reason I'm still on Facebook is because of you, because all the events that you run go on Facebook, so I have to stay on it.
Chat, and fun stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway,
yes,
the fourth place
one
is Patreon.
Yeah,
Patreon. If you want to support what we're doing, help us pay the Zoom subscription that we need to record these episodes, then go follow us on Patreon. We're doing Patreon-only episodes. We're going to do a dojo for invaders as well. So you can go check that out on Patreon. And and if you don't want to support us with money or don't have any money, that's totally fine as well. The episodes will all come out for free eventually. Just a bit later. So,
pay us back by introducing somebody new to Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yes, that is very valuable. Yes,
please
get more people playing this game.
most of all. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you had a good time and hope to see you in the next one.
Goodbye.